Bronny James is 100% getting drafted after what just happened. Day 1 at the Combine was awful. 2 of 8 shooting, came in way shorter than people thought, but day 2, everything changed. Game high 13 points with 2 steals, best player on the court, but the measurables? Oh, he might be 6'1.5", but a 6'7" plus wingspan and a 40.5-inch vertical. That compares to like a Gary Payton II, athletic defense first guard. So maybe he can be a role player in the league. LeBron was there to watch his son, but now he is putting out a message that is an obvious lie. Oh, LeBron thinks he's fooling everyone, but if you listen close, you can see what he's actually doing. But the NBA playoffs have been so much fun, so many Game 7s. I am playing Pick'em almost every single night on Underdog. My friends in Florida are playing Champions these days, but on Pick'em, you pick higher or lower for your favorite team or whatever players are gonna watch that night, and you can actually almost 100x your money on a single night. With that in mind, let me give you my picks. First up is Rudy Gobert. We're gonna go higher on 12.5 boards. I think he'll dominate here against Dallas's bigs. And then PJ Washington, his points, we're going lower. I think this is inflated from the last series, not against this #1 Wolves defense. And best of luck if you're tailing those picks. Check out this updated map to see if Underdog is available in your area, or perhaps it's Champions. And if you use the promo code AMHOOPS, you can get up to $250 in bonus cash. That is promo code AMHOOPS. So Bronny didn't just impress with his game, but also his maturity. He sat down for the first time with the media and said all the right things, compared himself to Drew Holiday, Derek White, and Davion Mitchell, all guards who excel in their role with defense. In fact, the scout said, Davion Mitchell is an interesting comparison to hear him point out. It showed he's realistic in thinking about this. Kid isn't arrogant and entitled for being LeBron's son, but still, not everyone was blown away. Some anonymous scouts told ESPN, should be a point guard based on his size, but he can't run an offense, or he is not an NBA prospect in my opinion. So if not for day 2, Bronny probably doesn't get drafted. Instead, all we're hearing about is his NBA future and nothing on the transfer portal to another school. But one front office who interviewed him was the LA Lakers, who have the 17th and 55th pick in the 2nd round. LeBron obviously wants that, but Stephen A. Smith said, not so fast.
Bronny James might not make it to the Lakers' 2nd round pick because if a team like the Dallas Mavericks could position themselves to get him in the 2nd round, they'll take him. Because LeBron said he wants to go where his son goes. And if you're the Dallas Mavericks, and you got Kyrie, and you got Luka, and LeBron James is willing to come to Big D, Dallas, Texas, that might be the first time something's more popular than the Cowboys.
Whoa, what? Oh yes, odds on FanDuel say lots of teams could consider this. The Lakers big favorites at +160, but behind them are the Jazz, Knicks, and Sixers, Thunder, and Heat. Mavs not on there, maybe they're behind on Stephen A. Smith's report. But this all depends on LeBron James being a package deal. He has said for years he wants to play with his son. Even if it's not this year, eventually. At the 2022 All-Star, he said, my last year will be played with my son. Wherever Bronny is at, that's where I'll be. I would do whatever it takes to play with my son for 1 year. It's not even about the money at that point. How much more direct can you get? But then Shams comes out. He is also represented by Clutch Sports. Rich Paul may have gotten in Shams' ear and said, squash this thing immediately.
If a team does reach out and says, hey, if we draft Bronny James, would you come as well, LeBron? And the answer to that is going to be no.
Okay, the answer is no, all of a sudden. So LeBron has walked his message back recently, but now it's a flat out no? Why? Because he's scared of teams trying to get him. You should have thought about that years ago when you were saying the exact opposite, LeBron. Now it's like a month away and LeBron's like, never mind, I don't want to play with him that bad. Do not draft him. Well, too late, LeBron. Teams know what you really think. And even if he doesn't play year 1 with Bronny, Luka will be in his prime a long time. They can wait another year or 2. In fact, Bronny is even saying this. Maybe he was coached here, or maybe it's genuine, but Bronny slapped down playing with his dad.
This is a serious business, and I don't feel like there would be like a thought of I'm just drafting this kid just because of I'm gonna get his dad. Like I don't think a GM would really allow that.
Oh, yeah, a GM wouldn't want, you know, an all-star who averages 26 points and 8 assists, second best player of all time. This is a serious business. That would never happen. So why are they talking about this? Because along with the Mavericks, Yahoo is reporting the Utah Jazz are serious. They will interview Bronny and could take him with the 32nd pick. This is getting real. What other teams are out there? Actually, considering the Lakers have the 55th pick, almost every team is above them. Assuming Bronny does not go in the first round, LA has the 55th pick. So that means way down the draft board. Almost every team in the league will get a chance to draft Bronny. And by the way, most guys pick this low, don't have an NBA career anyway, so why not? So naturally, LeBron is freaked out by this. Imagine the Heat at the 43rd pick. LeBron's already played for Eric Spoelstra. They need a piece to put them over the top, and probably more of a contender than LA at this point. What about the Spurs at 36? Victor Wembanyama with LeBron. Or the Thunder, who could trade in the second round. LeBron loves their GM Sam Presti. Or the Suns. I mean, this would be the most Matt Ishbia thing ever. Some crazy billionaire whose team is in trouble. He's got no picks to move. He's like, draft Bronny. So a team like the Mavericks could call LeBron's bluff and see if he's actually lying. But what would he do then? Well, LeBron plans to opt out of his contract and become a free agent. At that point, his options are to sign a 2+1 max deal in LA, or sign a 1+1 deal to be a free agent again next year, or sign with another team for a max of $157 million. Does he want to run it back in LA? What did showing up courtside at that Cavs game actually mean? LeBron's obviously trying to pressure the front office to do what he wants. It's similar to how he openly flirted with the Knicks right before the trade deadline. Coincidence? No, he wanted them to make moves. But what does LeBron want? Well, Stephen A says it's two things. Number one, draft Bronny. Number two, hire JJ Redick as head coach. I know it sounds crazy to have your first job be for the LA Lakers, but I mean, Steve Kerr did this in Golden State, and at the time, teams like the Knicks were begging to get Steve Kerr. He went to the Warriors and won 4 rings. But Stephen A says he's not guessing that LeBron wants these things. He says it's 100% what he wants. But the third thing, and probably the most important, is to improve the Lakers roster. They have 3 first-round picks to trade for a star this offseason. Rumors have connected them with Trae Young, Donovan Mitchell, maybe DeJounte Murray. In LeBron's world, he is being coached by JJ Redick and playing alongside Spider Mitchell and his son Bronny. But if all of that falls apart, why wouldn't he leave the Lakers? The obvious conference to win a chip is the East. The only real contender there is the Celtics. In the West, you've got the Nuggets and the Wolves and the Mavs and the Thunder are coming up. LeBron might say, I will not leave LA to play with my son. But if the Lakers don't listen to his demands, there is a legit chance he's lying. But have you seen the Cleveland Cavaliers offseason rumors? They easily have the wildest offseason in the NBA. Almost every big star could get traded. But the crazy part is we know the exact date that all the chaos will happen.